Hello and welcome to this video today on teaching English online using an iPad and pencil on Zoom. I've divided this video into 5 key points. The first point will be how to set up and mirror your iPad. The second will be the key note-taking apps I use. Then I'll show you how to import documents to your iPad, how to annotate those documents and share them, and how I use notes for whiteboard. For today's video, I'm using a MacBook and iPad Pro, and I'm also using a second generation pencil, but you can use any iPad as long as it's compatible with an iPencil and a Windows computer. Okay, point number 1 is to set up and mirror your devices. The most important thing is that your MacBook or your Windows computer and iPad are on the same Wi-Fi network. Luckily for us, Zoom has a feature that allows us to mirror our iPad or iPhone. If I superimpose this image, which is when you start to share your screen, the third option is iPhone, iPad via AirPlay. So this is quite simple. You basically click on this link and then you share, and then on your iPad you go to the top right hand corner, swipe down and reveal the control panel and click on the screen mirroring function, which is just here, and then you share your screen. So I'm just going to give you a small demonstration of this. Let's imagine I'm in a Zoom call at the moment and I'm going to share my screen. So I go down to the bottom and click on Share Screen. I then come along and click on AirPlay and Share. I'm then given this, which is telling me that I need to be on the correct Wi-Fi network and to tap on screen mirroring. So I go to my iPad and I swipe down from the top right hand corner and I tap on screen mirroring. It identifies my MacBook, and then I click on this and it identifies the screen mirroring, and then it's mirroring. I then tap on the iPad screen and I'm sharing. So you can see, look, I'm sharing my screen. I can go on the internet or I can open a Word document quite easily. Okay, so to stop sharing, I just bring up the control panel, I click on the screen mirroring function, and then I click on the stop mirroring. And then this brings me back to the share function, and I can click up to stop share, and then I'm back to Zoom. Okay, point number 2 is key apps. I use note-taking apps because it means that you can put PDFs, PowerPoints, images, Word documents all into one app. And the first app that I use is Apple Notes, but I also use GoodNotes 5 and Notability. These are paying apps, and at present, 2021, they're $7.99 and $8.99, but worth the investment. Okay, point number 3 is import documents to the iPad. Now I'm using Notability for this demonstration, but it's the same for GoodNotes 5 and Apple Notes. So to import a document, you need to open the document and look for the share function, usually at the top, and then look for Airdrop. Once you click on this, it will show the nearest device, which hopefully is your iPad, and then on your iPad it will bring up a whole list of apps of where would you like to put this document. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a small demonstration. So I've got a PDF document here on Academic Word Form, so I'm going to click on that and open it, and then at the top there is a share icon. So I click on this and it shows me some options. Now the first option is mail. So if I've got a Windows computer, I can email the document to me and then open it on my iPad that way, but I've got a MacBook, so I can AirDrop it. So I click on AirDrop and it identifies my iPad, which is next to my MacBook, and then I click on the iPad symbol, which in my case is a flower. So I click onto that, and then it airdrops the document over to my iPad. Okay, so this is my iPad, and you can see it's brought up all my apps, and I'm just going to put it into Notability. So I come all the way down the list and I click onto Notability. So once I've done that, it opens up the document and it asks if I want to create a new note, which is what I do, and then I just import it. And then here it is, and it's as simple as that. And then this means that I can now annotate over this and teach at the same time, and it's just there in my list. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to import a PowerPoint, or it's the same for a Word document. So you go to the top and you look for Share, and then you click on this, and then you come down to where it says Send a Copy. So you click on that, and then you're given this extra menu which says emails and attachment, but next to it you'll see that it has a share icon, and then you click on this, and then you go down to Airdrop, and then it recognizes your iPad that way. So just slightly longer process with Microsoft Word products, but it still works perfectly fine, and then you drop it into your app. Okay, so point number 4 is annotating documents with your iPencil when you're teaching English online. So let's just imagine that I'm teaching a class and I'm at the moment mirroring my iPad. So I go down to Notability and I open up my documents, and then from there I choose academic word forms. Okay, so here's my document, and let's just pretend that the students have been doing this for homework and now we're going through it in class. So I've got a whole range of tools that I can use. So I can use the highlighter to show the students exactly where we are with the title and what question we're on. I'm going to ask a student to read out the question, and as they read it out, I'm going to write in the answer that they say. And then I'm also going to encourage other students to give other answers. So for example, someone gives me evidence. I can also look back at what they've said, and I can highlight important words, or perhaps they pronounce this word incorrectly, and I can show the stress pattern of this word and then drill or choral drill this with the class. I can then go on to the next question and do similar things. Okay, so if you want to share this note, you go to the top and you click on share, and it gives you this, and then you can create a public link, or you can email or share with other apps. So if I email, I click on the email link, and then I go down to the bottom and share note, and then this goes straight to my email, and then I can send it to my students like this. However, if I want, I can send via other apps, and then again I click on share note and it brings up my apps. And recently I've been teaching in China, so I would share it via WeChat, and it's quick and easy to do and really simple. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use PowerPoint through Notability. So PowerPoint's great because you can create like individual whiteboards that you can work on in class, but it's already set up and planned. So here I'm going to teach academic style, and I'm eliciting the kind of good things and the bad things of academic style. So I'm asking students, and one student has said contractions, so I can write that down. And then I ask another student and they say perhaps personal pronouns, and I can give some examples like this, I, we, and in my opinion. And then I can change colour, and I can then elicit some of the good things. And as I'm doing this, I can obviously teach and explain what these key concepts are. So this is a really handy thing, and then again I can share this note exactly the same way. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to show you about annotating is a course book. So I'm using this one, which is an Oxford EAP course book, and we're working on desertification. So the students have been reading this text and they've been identifying the main ideas or statements that are very similar to the main ideas in the text. So we're going to feed back now. So I highlight the title so the students know where I am, and then I'm going to look at the first statement, and I'm just going to highlight it for the students so they know exactly what we're looking at. And then I'm going to choose a student to identify where this is in the text, and hopefully they identify this section here. The most vulnerable areas tend to be located in the margins of the hot deserts, and I'm going to ask, how do you know that? And they've said synonyms. And then we're going to pick out the synonyms, so risk as in vulnerable areas, and near existing deserts is margins. So this way we can really feed back and highlight key parts in a text and help students' comprehension of the text. Okay, moving on to point 5, using notes as a whiteboard. So in any of these note-taking apps you can create a note facility. So here I've created a note and I can use it as a whiteboard. So here I'm creating the aims of the day, or we could do a brainstorming activity on natural disasters so that I can ask the students, pick 10. Here's an example, hurricane, give them some time, and then we can start writing them in. And as we do that, I can help with pronunciation, with phonetics or with stress patterns, for example. And then I can share that. Okay, this is an outline for a lecture on video gaming that students have copied down. They listen, take notes, I take notes, and then we compare our notes at the end and they can see how effective they have been. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more information, please go here.